Imagine getting a prescription from your doctor to engage in forest bathing 1 or more times per week. What is forest bathing? Why would a physician prescribe you going out into nature? Believe it or not, there is scientific evidence proving that being out in nature helps improve healing and promotes happiness. And today I'm going to share with you the top 8 benefits of forest bathing with the scientific evidence. But before we get into that, if you're interested in healing chronic illness, finding ways to nurture your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being, and learning about biohacking techniques that can improve your lifestyle and reverse aging, then you come to the right place. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos that could have a positive impact on your lifestyle. So let's get into forest bathing, what it is, and why you're going to want to start adding this to your regular wellness routine. First of all, forest bathing is being out in nature. It has nothing to do with taking a bath, but it's being out in nature and being with nature, which means leaving your electronic devices at home or turned off, unplugged, and being in the present moment with nature. Okay, so number 8 is asthma and eczema. And this makes sense because most of us live in neighborhoods or cities where there is more air pollution than in nature. And what this comes down to is our respiratory function. And with this comes asthma, congestion, hard time breathing. When it comes to dermatitis or skin issues, that's usually a sign that toxins within our body are trying to make their way out. So number 7 is faster recovery from illness. And how can a waterfall or chirping birds or a tree help me recover faster? The reason is that nature has a way of lowering our cortisol, which is our stress hormone response. And when our cortisol is lowered, our body makes space for healing to begin. There's an interesting study I want to share. 23 patients assigned to rooms with windows looking out on a natural scene had shorter post-operative hospital stays, received fewer negative evaluative comments in nurses' notes, and took fewer potent analgesics than 23 matched patients in similar rooms with windows facing a brick wall. Number 6 is cardiovascular and metabolic improvements. And another study shows a reduction in pulse rate, decrease in depression, fatigue, anxiety, and an increase in metabolic rates. Number 5, a reduced risk of chronic illness. And this conclusion in Science Direct is based over 143 studies with people exposed to green space, and I'm going to add the link below for those of you who are interested in the science. Number 4 is an increase in NK cells and strengthening the immune system. So think of it like having a bank account or an emergency fund, okay? It's always great to have $1,000 in the bank just in case anything goes wrong. You get a flat tire, your car breaks down, your kid needs braces or something. But isn't it even better if you have $10,000 saved in a savings account? This is what NK cells are like. So we all have a certain number of NK cells, but there's always a way to kind of improve the amount we have in there. So NK stands for natural killer cell activity. And when we're exposed to microbial infections or even tumors, NK cells have the ability to limit their spread and how much damage they do. NK cells attack viruses and even fight cancer. Okay, so we're down to the last 3. And before I continue, you're probably feeling really motivated about getting out into nature, planning your next setting. So drop a comment below about favorite place to spend time in nature. Are you a beach person? Are you a mountain person? Number 3 is enhanced brain function and increased creativity. True immersion in nature means disconnecting from all modern conveniences and truly being one with nature. And if you think about it, we were designed to spend most of our time in nature. This was before we had the modern conveniences of living in households, being in our cars, working out of offices. We spent most of our time outside. Now that we're all cooped up, we're actually missing out on a lot of what our body is craving. So number 2 is improves mood and alleviates anxiety. This specific study shows changes in autonomic nervous system and emotions after just small doses of forest bathing. And the results included a reduction in tension anxiety, anger hostility, fatigue, depression, and confusion, while showing an increase in positive moods. This is why people love to go camping or visit national parks. We have a biochemical response to being in nature. There's something called the Schumann resonance, and if you're interested in topics like this, stay tuned because I'm going to do another video focusing specifically on what that is. So number one, and the last one, but the most important one, is reduces stress levels and supports healthy blood pressure levels. So if you know somebody that's struggling with high blood pressure, that's maybe on high blood pressure medicines, take them out into nature. It'll do them a lot of good. In a meta-study in Japan, it was found that natural environments promote lower amounts of cortisol, reduced pulse rate, lower blood pressure, greater parasympathetic nerve activity, and lower sympathetic nerve activity. That's interesting because most of us have known and experienced for ourselves the benefits of nature, but it's nice to know that it's backed by science as well. There's a great book called Forest Bathing: How Trees Can Help You Find Health and Happiness. And studies show that spending mindful, intentional time around trees can promote health and happiness. Forest bathing can reduce your stress levels and blood pressure, strengthen immune and cardiovascular systems, boost energy, mood, creativity, and concentration, and even help you lose weight and live longer. Another book I love that talks about the power of nature is Why Woo Woo Works. For many of us, stress is a habit, something we've been used to experiencing. However, thanks to the relatively calm existence enjoyed by our early ancestors, the human nervous system evolved to relax automatically when we find ourselves in natural settings. So if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. And I have a surprise for you. I have another powerful quote that you're going to love from a famous author, Henry David Thoreau, about nature from his famous book, Walden. All nature is doing her best each moment to make us well. She exists for no other end. Do not resist her. With the least inclination to be well, we should not be sick. Okay, so that's what I have on the 8 benefits of forest bathing. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to watch the guided journey of a forest bathing experience I recently had. I will include the link in the description. Make sure you're not watching it while driving. It's a very immersive experience. Also, feel free to use that immersive experience video on days when you can't get out into nature, or if you're feeling a little gloomy. It will pick up your spirits. So thank you for watching, and if there's a topic you're yearning to learn more about, drop it in the comments, and I will see you back here very soon.